Hey everybody, welcome back to this edition of the Vapor Chronicles. This is more of a follow-up than it is a review. I've already done a review on the original Innokin iSub and the original Innokin Coolfire 4, but I received recently two more Coolfire 4s that are the final retail version, and I'm happy to say that there have been some improvements. I'm also happy to say that for those of you that weren't really into the polycarb, non-removable drip tip simplicity of the original Innokin iSub, then we have something for you too in the iSub G. So let's do this. Let's dive in, let's break them down, and then we'll come back out, we'll take them for a vape, and I'll let you know what my final impressions are. Alright, let's dive in. Alright guys, so here is the up close of the iSub G. And for those of you that don't know, I already reviewed the iSub recently, so you can watch that. I'll put a link below for the original iSub review. So let's take a look at the iSub outside of the container. Notice here it does have a warning to make sure that your mod or battery can fire 0.5 ohm coils. It also gives a recommended wattage, and it says that it includes 2.5 coils inside. There's a little scratch and check for authenticity here, and pretty much filling instructions, pretty standard fare. So let's open up the package. Real simple, nothing else. Here's your extra coil. Once again, I'd like to apologize for the sound. That's my air conditioning. It's hot out, so sorry, but it's going to be running this summer. You'll get used to it. I do. Anyway, let's run down some specs and some features of the iSub tank. All right. It is 100% stainless steel. It comes with high quality Pyrex glass, Japanese organic cotton, huge 4.5 milliliter juice capacity, fully adjustable airflow, 22 millimeter diameter, and it has a no spill coil swap design system, which I'll show you in a second. Now, differences from the original iSub. Let me go over them with you because there are a few. Number one, you know what? Let's take the original iSub out and I'll show you. The height is a little bit bigger. It's a little bit longer than the original. Okay? The air hole openings are the same. But this one has a removable drip tip, the G. This is a polycarbonate with a non-removable drip tip. This one is a Pyrex glass with a removable drip tip. It does have Delrin insulation, so you will not get the top being too hot. And let's unscrew the base. Now, this is where things get really interesting, and this is where I'm going to make a plea to Innokin. We want nickel coils for these tanks. Well, the cool thing about these tanks is this. When I unscrew the base, watch what happens. The coil is actually right here, and it's making direct contact with your mod in the 510. So if this was a nickel coil, how awesome would that be? I think that would be tremendous. So let's take the coil out. Now, when they say no spill, you could have a tank full of juice here, and let me zoom in a little bit. You could have a tank full of juice, and you can take your coil out at any time. All you do is you grab it and just pull straight. There you go. There's your chimney, and there's your coil. Okay. Now, you'll notice when you take a look up close here, that the coil that's inside here is a horizontal coil. There's mesh to protect from spit back. And there's your organic cotton. Real simple design. Huge airflow right there and right there. And it goes straight through. Okay? So it's a great coil. And when you change your coil and you want to put a new one in, all you do is you just take your coil, center it up, and push it in, and you'll know it's straight because it won't go in any other way. See the bars, you line them up, and then you just push, and then once it's flush, you're in all the way. If you know Innokin products, then you probably already know that they're well known for their innovative, well-built, well-performing, reliable devices. This device has been all those things, except the original one that I received had a pretty noticeable button rattle. Okay, it was the two little adjustment buttons on the bottom, and I sent George at Innokin a message, and he answered me back immediately, and he said they're working on it. And I have the black version of the CoolFire 4 right here with the iSub that I use every day. The Innokin iSub is such a simple, it doesn't have all the bells and whistles. I would love if it had nickel coils because of the way that the 510 is direct onto the actual device that you use. So hopefully they'll be working on nickel in the future with their new temp control mod. If you haven't seen that, I think Phil Basardo had a little section on his webpage, Taste Your Juice, with George showing off the temp control function. And I think, oh, you know what? I think it uses Canthal. So maybe these coils will work perfectly for temp control. We'll see. Lots of innovation coming. But for the CoolFire 4, you know, people scoffed a little bit at the 2,000 milliamp hour battery, and you know, I think would I like it to be 2,800 or 3,000 milliamp hour? Yes, definitely. Is there a reason why Innokin chose to go with 2,000? I would imagine. I mean, I'm sure they'd want to pack as many milliamp hours as they could into this fit and finish and the size of the device. The battery life, it seems like it's pretty power friendly. I mean, it vapes really well, and the battery seems to last. A removable 18650 would have been nice also. But for now, the price of this device in around the $40 to $45 range for the fit and finish, the beauty, it has step down. It really is a great performing, tiny, sexy little device that fires to a low resistance level, and the tanks are awesome. I mean, I use the iSub every single day with the polycarb. I actually prefer the iSub with the polycarb over the G because it's shorter and it's just a little bit more durable, and I like the airflow a little bit. I'm not sure why, but it seems like the airflow is a little bit better. So let's take this for a vape. I like it around 30 to 32 watts. That's my sweet spot. These just produce a great flavor. It's like a light mist of, not a spitback, but it's like a light mist of pure flavor and great vapor production. A little noisy, but you know, you can play with the airflow adjustment and it quiets it down. But for the sub $20 price range for the tank and for the around $40 price range of the mod, it is a great kit. The button rattle, I mean, if you hold it right up to your ear, you can hear like something inside moving, but I mean, comparing the old one, performance is excellent. The screen is simple. It's advanced. It fires. The button feels good in your hand, and it really is, if not the best, one of the best looking mods on the market. All right. They also have a red color, and I have the G tank on top of here, and I have that set to 32 watts. I find that the G airflow is a little bit more turbulent. I try to adjust the bottom when I play around with the airflow. Like when I open this all the way, and it's like that on two. I received two of them and I was testing it. If I take the iSub original without the G and I open it all the way, so that's the original and this is the G. It's just more noisy. It looks really good. The drip tip does come off. So for those that were complaining about polycarb and that wanted it, it's about 21, 22 bucks, a little bit more expensive for the glass, and it is a little bit higher in height. My pick, this setup right here, but this is still not a bad choice if you can deal with some of the airflow disturbances that I found. All right, guys, that's it. Follow up. Innokin iSub and the CoolFire 4, I can recommend if you're into that. If you're the kind of person that likes to blow huge clouds, the iSub will do it. if you want to build and go super low and you want battery life, this is not going to be for you. It's for specific types of vapors. If you like to vape low wattage, it can do that really, really well. If you like to do a 0.5 ohm coil and you like to vape it around 30 watts, it's going to do that excellent, okay? And also, if fit and finish, durability and quality, and a light, stealthy package are your thing, this is a win. That's it. So if you like my channel, please click the button below, subscribe, and you're going to get all things vape all the time on my channel. I'm a huge vape enthusiast. I love to vape, and I'm going to share my enthusiasm and all of my information that I get about all the new products with you every single week. You can also find me on the web at www.thevaporchronicles.com. And if you like to vape, if you like innovative products, why don't you fight for your right to vape? Go to www.casaa.org. Membership is free. Join the fight. Join me. Join today. Thanks for watching, guys. We've got a whole lot more coming up, so stay tuned to the Vapor Chronicles.